What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about being patient and the timing of God. Alright, for one, you got to be patient and God's timing. So things happen and you may not be at a point you want to be in life, and you got to be patient because God will work things out. So I'll give you an example. It could be in your job, could be in your work or school or something, and you feel like you got screwed. You never know, maybe you did, you know, it is what it is, but all things work for the perfect plan of God, so remember that. For me, I think about, man, if I would have gotten to the career I'm in, which was an airline pilot, a couple years sooner, maybe like a week sooner, maybe I would have gotten to a legacy quicker or easier. I'm already at a major flying a 7.3, which is really nice, but maybe I would have been able to fly a big wide body or whatever. I would have been able to upgrade sooner and all these things, right? Taking stupid stuff that doesn't really matter in my life. So yeah, I'm happy. I still make plenty of money. I have a good life. I have a great job. It's stable. You know, you be happy where you are. You could be a Spirit pilot who woke up the other day and suddenly now he doesn't have a job because his company just shut down. Maybe you always wanted to go work at Spirit and you could have been home based or something like that, and then that was your life's goal, was to get there, and then you get there and then a week later your thing shuts down. You know, maybe if you would have trusted in God, or if you trust in God and Spirit interviewed you and you didn't get the job, and now you're stuck working at your regional airline like SkyWest, and you're unhappy and you say, oh, I could have a better life. Well, maybe God gave you a no on that interview because you would have got there and now you've been without a job, and you would have been back at SkyWest, lower seniority with a worse life, making starter pay again. No, you never know what happens. That's just one quick example. And then, so you gotta trust God when things work the way they do. What about when things happen that aren't good and you want to trust, you don't trust God, and you go ahead and do something? So let's say you meet a nice girl on your internet dating app or something, and then you become friends with her and you do whatever, and now you guys make some poor choices and you sleep with her and suddenly you guys have a kid. Well, maybe she wasn't even someone you really liked. Maybe she was just, so, you know, you were just being lustful and you just wanted a quick, easy thing, and you weren't looking to do the reality of it. You know, God says wait till marriage, not because he's the ultimate fun killer, because he's the ultimate person you can trust and rely on and know is going to keep you safe, tell you the truth, do what's right for you, and help you not ruin your life, right? If there was no problems, you know, that could lead to premarital sex like that, everyone would be out doing it. But the reason people aren't out doing it is because it comes with a lot of problems, right? Your problems could stem all the way up to, now I have a kid with someone I wasn't planning to. They're not someone who I'm willing to get married to or will marry me, and suddenly now my life is, I have all these problems, right? You know, was that temporary joy really worth it? For, whew. All right, we're in a predicament. All right, but yeah, was that temporary fun? That temporary. All right, we're back. Your boy got stuck. There's huge ruts there that probably look absolutely tiny on camera, and I didn't make it. Whew. Alrighty, that was rough. But yeah, I mean, think about that. Was not trusting God and making your own decisions could lead to something like we just talked about, having a baby. Woo! Having a baby with someone you weren't planning to, because you went ahead and gave up, fell to your own lustful thoughts, and now suddenly you deal with the consequences of it. So trusting God and His plan, His timing, is not always getting no's or praying to God that you'll get that job or get this or that and it becoming a yes. Sometimes the greatest things God can do for us is say no, because He can see that that was a bad path for us to go on. Maybe it could be the opposite. You love God and you're trying to do His will and you pray about it and you get that job at Spirit, like the airline we're talking about back again, and you're overjoyed and you've been there for a short time and suddenly the company's out of business and you're like, God, why would you given me this job? Well, maybe because God knew you could handle it, right? God gives His toughest battles to His toughest soldiers, as they say. Maybe whoever else couldn't have done it, but you can. Maybe you listen to the Bible and you save that 6 months emergency plan knowing you're an airline pilot and it's an unstable career and whatever else. Maybe you're not and you're really going through financial hardship and now you got to move with your parents again or something and it's terrible. Well, you know what? If God knew He could take care of you and you were going to be okay, trust His plan. God knows what He's doing. He's not dumb. He knows the future. He knows the past. He knows everything. So trust in His plans. Pray about it. And as Cliff Kelnich said, some preacher guy talks at colleges, usually your answer is one of a few things. It's a yes, it's a no, or it's a maybe. And maybe your answer is no and you're upset about it and you're really struggling with that, or maybe your answer is a maybe and suddenly you don't know what to do. You're like, man, I just got a degree, I can't get a job. Or it's wait. Sorry, yes, no, and not yet. That's what he says. And so now you're waiting and waiting, but you don't understand. You know, you don't understand everything. Maybe God does. And maybe He knew that if He said yes right there, something bad would have happened, or who knows, maybe it would have been something that you didn't even want to get yourself into, and now you did. So remember, trust God all the time, not just when you want to, not just when you think something's right. You know, trust Him all the time, wholly and fully. He's God. He knows what's up, man. He's got you. So trust Him and just forget about it. If He says yes, be grateful. If He says no, be grateful, because you probably don't know why He said no, and maybe you will try to force something and then you would have wished He would have said no. So you never know what goes on, right? Just trust Him. He's got it all in control. It's all in God's hands. Just like me finding my way back to the path right now. I'm totally lost. So trust God. Know that you'll be okay. Whether it's a yes, no, or maybe, God's got you, right? And you'll be okay. So, alright, I'm totally lost in the woods now. Fantastic. Bad idea for me on my end. I think the trail connects up here. But, yeah, trust God and don't try to force things. Yes, no, not yet. Wait, maybe. You know, there's all kinds of answers you can get from God. Don't force things, right? Don't go away from God, back to the trail. Thank God. Well, God's answer to that was maybe. On if I'll find the trail ever again in my life and live there. I wasn't ready to build a house and I was terrified for a minute. Alright. Yeah, trust God. You know, you don't always know what your answer is going to be, but you know, no matter what, if you're trusting God, you're good to go. So don't stress about it. You're in good hands if you keep yourself in God's hands, as they so say. So remember that. Alright guys, I'm overdoing myself out here. Whew. But yeah, trust God. You might be watching this video because you're in a hard time and you're like, this guy's being a pinhead Larry on his motorcycle right now. What a corn dog. I'm having a hard time. Guess what? They say life's like a wiener. Sometimes it's hard, sometimes it's not. Keep yours where God tells you to keep it, and things will be okay, you know? With your job, you may not understand it. God understands it. If you didn't remember, He didn't forget. Keep trusting God. He's got you. Alright. Could be something as small as like buying a house too. Remember that. It's not... Apply it to whatever it is. Just be patient. Know God's got you, and it's all in His timing and in His hands. We're gonna call it a day right here. If you have anything you want me to talk about, leave a comment. I will make a video just for you as soon as I can. As soon as I can get out and go ride, you're getting a video. I'm telling you, if you ask me. So, it's a Jesus o'clock. But, yeah, so leave a comment if you want me to make you a video, and I'll make it over whatever topic you ask me. We'll see you guys. Try to keep it short for you.